Today we'll be discussing the paper of Geology optionals of Mains 2023. So coming to paper 1, the questions are quite doable. The questions are in trend with the previous year questions of at least 2-3 years. So when we discuss the paper, we'll be starting with compulsory section. In the compulsory section, that is in paper 1, the first question which is regarding the general geology, that is regarding the tectonic features and the evolution of the continental crust. Here basically the examiner has asked a very broad based question. The tectonic features, it can range from subduction setting, volcanoes, faulting, folds, everything will come under this domain. And the evolutionary continental crust, one can mention about the Wilson cycle, how it plays a role in the formation of the crust. Secondly, the question of weathering, it is also very simple. One has to write the keywords like weathering, which has to be understood vis-a-vis the erosion, where erosion is mostly in situ. And the basic difference between physical and chemical weathering is that in physical weathering, there is only breakdown of the rocks without any change in bulk composition. Whereas in chemical weathering, there is a change in the chemical composition. Thirdly, the question of the resolution of the remote sensing. It was asked in 2019 also, because remote sensing has become very important when we see the space programs. So I have expected that this question to come. Spatial and spectral resolutions, very simple, with examples you can give for spatial any panchromatic and monochromatic sensors, and spectral signature, spectral resolution. As you know, there are many forms like hyperspectral sensors are there which are presently used, like Hyperion. The fourth question is about the cataclastic and the pseudotechlate rocks. This is basically a question of faulting. Fault is a broad theme under which these questions are mostly asked. This is basically the difference you will see cataclastic and pseudotechlate. When you see the difference of the rheology, the brittlity and the ductility. These are two things which determine how the rock will behave, whether there will be brittle deformation or ductile. So you can explain that these two phenomena in that terms. Fourthly, questions on fold, symmetrical and asymmetric. Basic difference is that in asymmetric, the involvement of the coaxial folding is more. Coaxial means that the amount of folding will occur in the limbs, which will have which will not give a mirror image to each other when we use the axial plane as a divide. And second question is regarding the radiometric dating. This has also been asked in PYQ. I won't discuss this. Very straightforward question. Second is the application. The different interactions of the EMR along and with its interaction in the atmosphere and its impact on the remote sensing images. So this you can directly get it. Like there are many sorts of interaction like absorption, scattering, Rayleigh scattering, and also the concept of reflection, and how it impacts the image. You have to write about the atmospheric window. Okay, and then next question is about the joints. It is also very simple, classification of joints. Coming to the third question about the valleys of glaciers, erosion. This is a very straightforward question. I won't go through it. Questions of meteor is also in expected lines of PYQ. Rock fracture, rock cleavages. This is also very simple. Different types of rock cleavages. You can write about the schistosity and the granulation cleavage and various other things. Fourth question is about the shear zone. Shear zone has also been asked in the PYQ. And the different sense of shear indicators like delta, gamma, delta and the sigma. You can write about those. indicators. And coming to the 4B, that is the Shepard classification. This is very specific, so I would suggest you to read some standard books for it. 4C, this is regarding the types of volcanoes. This has also been asked in the PIQ in 2019, I guess, about various relief features. Coming to section B, fifth question is about the Shivaliks. It is also quite in PIQ terms. And 5B, it is about the fossils and the index fossils. So index fossil has also come. They have asked it very specific this year about naming too many index fossils for it. 5C about the coral formation. Coral formation has also been asked, and they have gone down to the level of asking, segregating it into lithology, paleo, environment, and age. So if you have a rough idea about how the Indian stratigraphy is divided, how the coral formation is a boundary of the PC and C, that is the Precambrian and the Cambrian boundary, and how that was a period when there was the great oxygenation period. You can write about the great oxygenation event here. 5D is the question of the water-bearing properties of the rock. This is a hydrologic based question, very simple. You can write about porosity, permeability, transmissibility, etc. 5E, this is a straight question from Bangar. You can read about it, the engineering properties of the rock, the hardness, the uniaxial compressive strength, the porosity, etc. You can write about it. Very straightforward question. Coming to the question of the paleontology, 6A, this is the evolutionary trend of equida, that is the horses. So you can also predict this. Like last year, they have asked about humanoids. So you can just in that similar lines, you can make a list of the questions which can be asked every year. And after that, the boundary issues of various, like here they have asked about the Precambrian boundary. This is also very simple. You can mention the same thing like Karol-Tal boundary, and other like in the Vindhyans also we have a boundary. You can make a rough diagram and how talk about the fossils like Ediacara fossils you get, and the Cambrian explosion, etc., and the trilobite and other features like age, the how it is becoming a challenge for us for construction of the Indian stratigraphy. You can write about those aspects. Rainwater harvesting is very simple. And 7th question is about the Dharwar Sugar group. Very simple. It is also asked in terms of PIQ. Microfossils have also been asked in 2019 and other years, also subsequent years. Earthquake, very simple question. Construction pattern, you can give some innovative, you can use the GS knowledge, you can use the latest science, scientific developments, like in Japan they have a concept of building a house in a pyramidal shape, and also some Linton bands are there. More into the engineering aspect, you can write about it. D, they are asking about the groundwater. Groundwater is one of a very important topic nowadays because we are facing a lot of water crisis. In that terms also, they have asked it this year also, last year also they have asked about groundwater. So you better look into the quality of groundwater, the contamination of groundwater. Here they have asked about the properties, chemical, physical, and bacteriological. And it is the ocean paleobathymetry by using the marine fossils. Here also, this is very specific question, but you have an option of selecting the best possible. So in my case, I have left this section. D, coming to the last question, this is the Paleozoic sequence of the Kumaon and the Garhwal. This also you can make a prediction because last year Paleozoics, they have asked about the Kashmir basin. So this year they have asked about the Kumaon. So Thethian section is also very important. Fossil record also very simple, they have asked. So you can relate to the closing of the Thethian Sea at that time. So I end my discussion with this. If you have any queries, you can just write down in the comment section and let me know how I can help you in this. Thank you.